I watch a lot of YouTube videos on social anxiety, how to never run out of things to say. All of that is fucking garbage. And I can put all of that and fucking skip all of that shit. And I can just dedicate to two things that actually help me to be more confident, to be less anxious around people. And this is, let me go back to when I was 18 years old. So I'm here in a Christmas party with my coworkers, right? So the place where I work, they're having like a Christmas event, right? So all of my coworkers are here, my managers are here too. So I'm seated here at this table, right? And there's maybe 5 group of people. Maybe there was 2 girls and 3 guys, right? I'm seated here, but I feel super anxious and super tense. And since I was hungry, I decided to get up and grab some food, right? But when I was walking towards the table where the food was, I felt so anxious. And I thought that everyone was looking at me, everyone was judging me. And I was like, am I walking weird? Where can I put my hands, right? I feel so fucking anxious as fuck. So I grabbed my food and everything. When I went back to the table and I took a sit, when I was eating, same thing happened. Is the food gonna fall on my lap or on my shirt? And funny enough, this Sunday, I went with my coworkers to a bar and I had a great time. We were talking, I got to know my coworkers a little more, and the best part is that they challenged me. So it was like a bar where a bunch of like old people go, right? And there was like 2 like hot ladies that were by the bar, and they challenged me to walk up to them and be like, hey, I just thought that you were attractive, and try to flirt with them. And I actually did it. I went up to them and I was like, hey, I thought you were attractive. We had a conversation and everything. And then when I went back to where my coworkers were, they were like, dude, how the fuck do you do that? Like, I would never be able to do that. You got a lot of confidence. So the first thing that I would say is that this ruined my life, and this is probably ruining my life. And I remember that I grew up, and back when I was in high school, 18, 17, 19, I literally had suicidal thoughts. I would be like, dude, I just want to kill my life, because what's the point of living this life in having social anxiety? What's the point? Am I even gonna get a wife in my life? Am I even gonna connect with people? Am I even gonna make friends? Because in the place where I work, we would have like super special events, right, and weddings. So when I would see the couples getting married, and I would see like 200, 100 people, 100 guests, right? I'm like, how the fuck were they able to make all of these friends, right? And I'm gonna die alone because I have social anxiety. Therefore, I always had kind of like suicidal thoughts, and I wanted to kill myself because I was like, there's no point. What's the point of living with social anxiety? Which it gets me to the second point, which is I thought that having social anxiety and having this like low self-esteem, feeling inferior, was something that I was born with. And that was a huge mistake, and that was like a huge lie that I used to believe. And it's kind of weird because it's like, dude, if someone came up to me, he was like, dude, you're gonna be confident, you're gonna be able to make friends, you're gonna be able to make a lot of people laugh, I wouldn't believe them. If you want me to personally help you to avoid all of this time, and if you need someone that can help you to become confident, that you can be less anxious around people, send me a DM. Because the only version that I saw of myself and how I grew up for like 2 decades of my life was an anxious version of myself, was someone that was nervous around people, was someone that felt inferior to others, was someone that had low self-esteem. So I didn't know any better. I didn't know a different version of Jose. For example, right now I'm recording, I'm making these videos, and as you can see, there's people around me passing, right? But I don't care, because that's the beautiful part, is that any personality can be changed. And that's when I started to do a lot of research, and I also started to watch a lot of videos about social anxiety and about the personality and everything. I started to learn that personalities can be changed. And once I learned that, I was like, wow, like I have hope, like I can change. And that's what I've been focusing in the last 6 months, 4 months, just changing my personality, accepting who I am, trying to find who I am, right? Not who I think I am. Because if you asked me before, who is Jose? I'd be like, he's a loser, he's an anxious person, he's always nervous, he doesn't do anything right. And that's a false perspective. That's a false belief that I had about myself, because this is the truth. The reason that I would think that I was a loser, not attractive, and all of that, it was because of the experiences that I had before. Because a girl rejected me, because my dad abandoned me, and it created all of these wrong beliefs about myself. Why are people gonna like me if this girl didn't like me in the past, or those friends didn't like me, or I experienced bullying. So that's what I've been doing. I've been looking at those moments, and that's the best way, according to like neuroscience and psychology, the best way to change one's personality is by looking at the past experiences that I had and change the meaning, right? So if my dad did this to me, what was the conclusion that I had about myself? What were the thoughts, the beliefs that I had about myself? And then change them. Come up to a realistic and to a more healthy conclusion about those bad experiences that I had. The third thing that I'd say is I wasted so many years, months, and energy on the wrong solutions and the wrong treatments. Here's what I mean by that. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on social anxiety, how to never run out of things to say, how to be more confident, and all of that, right? All of that is fucking garbage. And I can put all of that and fucking skip all of that shit, right? I can throw all of that shit in the garbage, and I can just dedicate to two things that actually help me to be more confident, to be less anxious around people. And I remember that I would literally trip on the floor. I would, like right now, I would be doing push-ups. I'm not gonna be more confident. If I did 100 push-ups and everyone saw me, I'm not gonna be more confident, because the nitty-gritty and what I learned about me in social anxiety is that I somehow believe that there's something wrong with me, that people are not gonna like me, people are not gonna like my personality, I am boring, I have nothing interesting to say, right? That's the nitty-gritty of social anxiety. So all that I'm doing and all that I've been doing and all that I had to do for years, focus on that. Why people are not gonna like my personality? Why people are gonna find me not attractive or not likable? Why? And then changing that, that's when change comes when it comes to social anxiety. And that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been practicing. Changing the beliefs and ask myself, why do I believe this about myself? Why do I believe that people are not gonna find me interesting, or I have nothing interesting to say? And there, right there, that's when social anxiety and anxiety vanishes, right? I've seen it and I've been practicing, and I'm excited because this is just the beginning from a huge transformation of myself. And another thing is, there are bad days and good days. So what I mean by that is, I don't know why, I still to this day I don't know why, but this is the thing. This is something that I've seen. Some days, for example, like Sunday, it was a good day, right? I had less anxiety, I felt confident, I was talking to people, right? I felt like people could like me just because of who I am, just because, and that's it, right? But also, there are bad days where I feel more anxious than usual. There are bad days where I'm like, I don't really want to go out, or people are gonna reject me, or people are not gonna like me, right? So that's what I've seen, is there are bad days and good days. And this is the beautiful thing, is understanding, and all I gotta do is just accept those good days and bad days, because life is just like that, right? Right now I can get an accident. I had accidents, my girlfriend cheated on me, a lot of family members died, I might get fired, right? A lot of bad things might happen to me, and that's what life is. So I gotta accept that I might not be at 100% of my level all of the time and every single day, and that's totally fine. Yeah, that's been my journey so far. These are the things that I've learned. Don't be shy, send me a DM on my Instagram, and I would love to help you with that.